Hey guys, welcome to Evolving Spiritually. My name is Kayla, and if this is your first time checking out my channel, hello and welcome. If you guys are returning, what's up? We are here for session number 7 of season 2, where I use the cards to go a little bit deeper. All right. Now, before we jump into it, as always, if you guys would like to see more content, from me, head to patreon.com/evolving into more, where I upload 3 additional readings per week, including career and foundation, love and relationship, and a self-focus of what do I need to know. Now, if you guys want to book a private reading, you can head over to evolvingintomore.com, and it will be a tab right there that says book. And you can go into all that, all right? Also, the link should be down in the description box below. Now, before we get into the cards, I have my handy dandy notes all over again. I have them all over the paper, okay? And I just tried to record this, and it just didn't go how I wanted it to, so we're going to try this again, right? I'm going to read exactly what I wrote, and then I'm going to get into running my mouth, okay? So, we're going to go over this. I'm going to pull some cards. I have some oracle cards. I have some keyword cards. We're going to see what's going on because last session it got real. I had to get real. I had to let y'all know. You know, I had to just speak for everybody in this sense because we're over it, okay? We're over it. Enough is enough. And it's about time for people to sit and understand what they've done and how they completely took advantage of something so valuable, okay? And that's something being you. Now, getting into my notes. The overall energy is going to be similar to, I guess, the Emperor, okay? Now, what I have on this is, again, just meditating things that came to me when I was thinking of making this video. I have this energy is all about seeing something through to the end. This could be your energy or someone connected to your energy. Now, know that whatever blockages you have been experiencing in the past are cleared from your path moving forward. Okay? This energy is about your determination to have what you've been working so hard for. Your ships are coming in with lots of choices with it too. Someone is wanting to find their way back to you, of course, all right? This could speak on traveling, but also a promotion or a job offer that requires relocation or some sort of consistent traveling. Be mindful of the ways that control, okay, a big emphasis on the word control, shows up in your environment. I feel like someone is trying to gain control or power over you in a very elusive way. Be mindful of being desperate or of someone who is desperate. Stay away from that kind of energy, period, all the way around, all right? Someone may try and fancy or finesse you, but that same person I feel like could be trying to take advantage of you in some way or another, okay? Trigger warning, okay? Speaking on SA, I feel like someone could be taking advantage of someone sexually. So if it's not you, whoever this person is, I feel like they've done something not so good in a sexual sense, okay? This could be like an STD. This could be like some sort of abuse. I'm not really sure because it's going to be different for different people, but I feel like someone got taken advantage of and they played with someone in a sexual way or played on like manipulating that sort of energy. In session 6, we talked about like a sexual bond and someone like messing with your sexual energy. That also just touches on like your chakra and how you create and express and connect and, really emotionally dive deeper within yourself and things. Somebody could have been trying to play around with that energy and block that for you. I feel as though, again, it's just this big emphasis on someone trying to take advantage of you in some kind of way. Doesn't just have to be sexually. For some people, that's going to resonate with the past and with things that you've experienced. But if you know, a person that you were connected to in the past that liked to take advantage in that sort of way, or that made them feel like they had power or control, you just gotta be like, I don't know, okay? Now, don't let this person back in. Excuse me. Don't let this person back in, okay? They have been sitting back and watching and waiting for the perfect time to come back around. They're strategic. So if this is not going to resonate in a sexual sense for you, this fire type energy that I'm picking up is going to be someone who's just like abusive. Okay, that could be emotionally, that could be physically, but someone trying to take or gain some sort of control or have some sort of power over you to try and like break you, to make you do what they want you to do or be again. And again, they've been sitting back and they've been watching, and we're going to dive deeper to figure out, what the hell's going on with that. But that's what we got for overall energy. So this is you having the determination to see past the bullshit and keep a kicking on what you've been doing and building, like seeing the value within that and understanding that it's not going to be connected to anything or anyone of the past. And even your past self, like forgiving yourself for those times where you may have devalued or, saw yourself less than because something didn't go the way that you thought that it would, or someone didn't choose you. I feel like the message on Patreon this week has been about understanding that when things don't work out, it's either going to be one or two ways, right? It's either going to be one of two ways. It's going to either be because you deserved better, and had that worked out or happened, you would have been settling, right? And it would have gotten you stuck. Or you just were not in a place where you were ready for that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I mean that in the sense of, the most prideful thing that I have authentically would be my relationship. And y'all gonna hear my stories, okay? No, but seriously, I feel like where we are, or where I am in my love life, or where I've been able to like evolve into, was because I went through the bullshit in the past, right? And I learned the lessons from it. And whether that was like me needing to be better and do better and be willing to be open and balanced and communicate, or me realizing that I deserve better and I need to stop picking this and choosing this and settling for this, and clean cutting it, pretty much. Without those heartbreaks, without those people not choosing me or loving me or showing up for me, it really molded me into who I am today. And I brag a lot about my wife because she's amazing, but that's just half of this connection. Like, I'm the other half. And in order for us to have had such a healthy connection like we've had these last 4 years, we've both had to show up, right? And again, it's because we see the value in each other, because we've been through the bullshit. We've dealt with crappy people that have taught us our value and have taught us what we deserve, right? And so again, you're gonna feed people and people are gonna feed you in different ways, but when it's reciprocated and it's healthy, it's going to be in balance. It's never gonna be this push or pull, or like you're dragging or begging somebody to do something or be something, or like we just challenge each other to be more of who we are individually, right? And accepting that. But we also have this level of respect, like, I'm not going to do anything to her that I wouldn't want done to me, and vice versa. And for us, it works and it flows so smoothly because we value the same things. Like, how we see the future, like, it may be a different way of getting there, but it's still the same ending point. And I think that's important to look at as well when you're connecting to people or knowing who is for you and who is not. Like, you're not going to agree on everything. You're not going to see eye to eye on everything, but the outcome should always be of a balance. Like today, Janae and I were talking about our finances, and it got so confusing because we were literally saying the same thing about how we need to transfer and, take this out of checkings and put it into savings and da-da-da-da-da. But the process of it was different. Like, she transferred only early on in the process, and I transferred like the last step of the process. And so it was just like, we were sitting there looking at each other like, so we basically just are saying the same thing, just like in a different order. And it was just like, yeah. And at the end of it, all that matters is that we was on the same page by the end of that process, right? It didn't really matter how it got done or how it looked. It's just like, what is going to be the finishing, like product of that, so that we can work hand in hand and we do what we need to do or play our part or do our part in order to get that and achieve that. And so that can go in so many different ways, but that's understanding, again, people who are for you are going to add on. They're going to do their part. They're going to play their part. And people who just want to come in and control you and manipulate you and use you are going to put it all on you. And then they're going to turn around and make it feel like you're still not enough or doing enough. And we ain't doing that. Okay? Balance. Equality. So, getting into this past energy that I was pulling on, this is going to be similar to a 10 of Wands type of energy for me. So, what I have down is you experienced many down and dark moments in your past. And because of those moments, you let them begin to define your worth. But it wasn't until you stopped carrying everyone else's shit that you were able to see the truth of yourself. And because you have let go of what was holding you down, new chances and opportunities are finding their way to you. Okay? As for others from your past, you may start to see them go through struggles. And when these things are made clear to you, the truth will be even more revealed. Okay? So when I say that, again, it's just observing. It's just watching people at this point. Like, you about to start seeing people for who they are and who they've been. Okay? People all the way at the top that's been sitting up there for a minute, about to be knocked all the way down, and the truth is going to be revealed about like what has been holding them up there so high. And it's a lot of lies, it's a lot of secrets, it's a lot of skeleton bones up in there. And that was an example, but some people really probably got some bodies. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. It's about to get real, and people are about to, it's about to start showing up on people. I've said this before in past readings, or in a past reading, but when you really think about like sickness, okay, you have to understand like a lot of that be like spell work. Like people just, and it comes off like, oh, they got older and then they got sick or they developed this, and it's just like, no, a lot of that just be like entities and demons that other people have casted or placed on people. And you always have to be in a place of like spiritually protecting yourself. And the best way that I could say that is not sitting here saying go buy every obsidian stone or crystal that you can find, or like, it's, again, I'm always preach is that like those are just extras. Those are tools. Those are just things to help it seem more realistic to you. But when you just know it and have it set within, like, you don't need all that. Right? And so what I'm telling you is like, y'all don't need to sit here and like always be watching over your back, because I've been there too. Driving myself fucking crazy. It's staying rooted within your foundation, within your faith, within God, within spirituality, and meditating and listening to yourself and what comes to you and what you're seeing and what you're picking up. Like, no, you ain't got to be all like woo-woo foo-foo 24/7, Like, it doesn't have to be all whimsical, but like connecting with yourself and how things make you feel and your thoughts, and you know what memories pop up for you. Like, a lot of that will start to connect and make sense for you. And when you stay in this place of being rooted within your faith and your foundation of groundedness, that's your highest level or highest form of protection. Okay, when you are connected to God and you listening to the messages from your angels and your ancestors, like, that's the best form of protection. And obviously it's something you've been doing because you're here, you're listening, and you were drawn to this video for some sort of reason. Your intuition been telling you something. So we're going to reach a point where things are going to be revealed to us on a level where there's no denying. Like, you going to know clean cut clear who has been doing what, because it's going to start to show up physically in people's lives. Like, people about to start looking different. And I came across a picture of someone that I used to know, and I know for sure this lady didn't try to cast some little demons or do some spell work on my end. And she out here, you know, she just looked like it. She just, y'all gotta pay attention. These people it's about to start showing up in their lives. It's about to start reflecting within, like, the surface. Okay, what's done in the dark is always gonna come to light. That's gonna be my favorite saying till the end. Okay, I'm a Libra. I'm karma. I definitely believe in what goes around comes around, right? And again, I'm speaking as myself, but I'm speaking for us. And if you are anything that's resonating with me, we not the kind of people that go around, again, fucking over good people. We the good people that get fucked over, right? And then it's not no eye for an eye. So when your life continues to evolve and reflect light and reflect positivity in something healthy, whether that's you doing it alone or you connecting to something or someone else, it's forward movement, it's evolution. And then it reflects back to these people who want to look down or talk down as like them having to come to truth that they have not done anything more with themselves. They are not moving forward in their lives. Okay? So, the illusion is no more. Only the truth remains, and people's life will soon show who people really are at their heart. And what they're doing, no. And what they're, deserving. Goodness gracious. Okay. What they blah blah blah, what they are at heart and what they're doing deserving of. Jesus. Those who wronged you will fall at your footsteps. Okay, now I know that sounds like a heavy, Bible passage right there. Those who did you wrong will fall at your footsteps, but that could be in a literal sense. But I feel like this is that Six of Wands type of energy. Like, before the Six of Wands, you have the Five of Wands, and those people just trying to like cause conflict, be petty, gossip, say all this little BS, right? But then the Six of Wands is like you reaching some level of success or victory, and them same people that had them sticks trying to fuck with you is over here trying to celebrate. Like, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Okay, not up over here and not today, right? So these people think that they're going to give it one more go, or this person thinks that they're going to give it one more go and dress it all up and make it look nice. And you're going to see straight through it, okay? And if you weren't, then hopefully this reading will give you a little heads up to see straight through it. I don't care how they come back. I don't care what little sweet words they whisper. Ain't nothing changed, okay? Now, where did I stop? Okay. You do not have to fill a cup that has never shared with you. Okay? All right. I hope that was clear and understandable. You do not go around filling people's cup that was not willing to even give you a drop when you needed it. Amen. Okay? All right. We cannot hinder and handicap those from learning the lessons they were meant to learn, okay? Or they'll just keep looping. I feel like we talked about this on the outro of the last session, okay? Handicapping, okay? Not in like a disability type of way. Handicapping in the sense of enabling, okay? Meaning you keep saving somebody from like facing the reality of the consequences of their actions, right? You can't do that. You can't do that. And I used the example on Patreon of like my daughter, right? She straight lied to me and my wife, right? She jacked us for our little breath mints, okay? And then she hid it in the trash can, and then she lied about it. So she didn't even try to cover it up, you know? That's good. I don't want her to be a good liar, thief, right? So, you know, this is the first time we done ran into the situation, and she's about to be 8 next month, so, or this month. Okay, February already, but she's about to be 8. So, first time we ran into the situation. I love her. I'm always be mommy, right? But I'm the mommy. I don't play. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't care who you are, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and let you get away with it. Like, there's consequences to your actions, right? And that's exactly what happened. She got on punishment for 2 weeks, okay? No technology, no electronics, no video games, none of that. None of that. No candy, no sweets, none of that. Because those are the things that really, like, did it for her in life, you know? And as long as we didn't stick to our grounds, because we could have just took it for a day and then gave it back to her the next day, but then she would have felt like, oh, you know, the punishment ain't that bad, like, I'll do it again. No, you're gonna learn from the jump with us, you know? There's hard consequences, because if that was something that I were to excuse now, because I know some people may be like, oh my God, that's pretty harsh. Nope. No, it ain't. Because if I keep letting things like that slide now, it's going to progress and it's going to evolve into this mindset where people think that it's okay to be like that or act like that or do those things, and that there won't be consequences for those actions. And like, yeah, I'm speaking in the literal sense, because if she gets older and she do that, she's going to jail, okay? And again, I'm not going to be the mother up there being like, oh no, you know, I'm not going to lie for her, okay? I'm not going to tell her, you know, it's okay. No, wrong is wrong, okay? And again, I can't handicap her or enable her at this age, or she'll keep thinking that's something she gonna always get away with. And I know that was such a surface level type of example, but this is understanding that this is how these people are, okay? They've been acting like this, they've been doing this, they've been manipulating and trying to control people and get away with it, and then plead or cry victim when they get caught up in it, and then gaslight you. It's like, no more, okay? Like, you knew exactly who this person was or these people was before, but you kept giving them the benefit of the doubt. You kept giving them another chance, and they don't deserve that no more, okay? Sometimes you are people's karma. Sometimes you are the lesson that they learn. And when that access and that privilege is cut off, I'm pretty sure they're gonna learn that lesson, because they're in a very regretful state right now, okay? You deserve everything that is coming your way. It's important to see clearly who and what deserves to be a part of that. Touching on the present energy, we have a Six of Swords type of energy. All right, so what I have down is you're finding yourself coming out of the confusion more and more every day. The bullshit of the past does not consume you in the way that it used to. What a blessing, right? I mean, this used to be a whole little dark cloud up over you, but you begin to see through the lies and illusions you begin to see through the lies and illusions people of the past used to pull over on you. And because of that, these people know that they cannot come in and out of your life anymore. So they're stuck in the past currently. They're trying to find any way back in. They have regrets, but Don't be fooled, because they're still stuck in temporary energy. They will be gone again. It ain't worth it. Okay. So when I say temporary energy, still hot and cold, still indecisive, still non-committal, still don't know what they want, still not ready to give you what you deserve, to be balanced, to be healthy, to be respectful of your boundaries. Again, this is going to be romantic. This is also going to be platonic. This is going to be dealing with people and things that you have, had a lot of conflict or confusion around in your life. Okay. Now we're going to get into future energy, and then we're going to get into these cards. Okay. So future energy is something similar to the Queen of Pentacles. Now I really kind of only related this part to you, but again, with the cards, we're going to be able to see what's going on here. So with the future energy, I have people feed and favor your motherly type of energy. Regardless of your gender, you give off a very, very motherly type energy. Okay. And if you're like, well, hopefully not, because I wouldn't have, any egotistical men on here. But if you are, I don't mean that like in a feminine sense. I mean like you're very loving and affectionate and giving, and like how to take care of a person in one way or another. Okay. So you come off as this. Okay. And not only that, they see you as an amazing person who can do it all. But is that not what life has been reflecting back to you anyways? Ooh, I like that one. Okay. You deserve to be loved and nurtured too. And that's, again, the Queen of Pentacles energy to me, is like loving and nurturing something and bringing life into it and, giving that energy. And that's what you are for people. Okay. And again, you have to know who's deserving of that. Not always being the one to figure it out or have it all right or together. Stay away from those who seek perfection from you. Simple. All right. So let's get into this overall energy. I already shuffled, but I'm going to go ahead and pull from my stacks. So the overall energy, actually, let me pull the keywords, because I think this is going to be pretty interesting. We'll do that. We'll have an overall, a combined. We'll go below. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see how I'm going to pull these cards, because I wasn't expecting none of this, but let's do it anyways. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry, because we going to get into somebody's business, since people want to be all up in ours. All right. So for the overall energy, again, we're talking about this emperor-like energy, somebody trying to come in and manipulate and take control. Okay. We have the keywords of sacrifice and of contract. Okay. So yeah, these are my little makeshift cards, but whatever. Okay. But that's the keyword pertaining to, again, this other energy or this low vibrational side of things. Is sacrifice can be in many different ways, but I kind of told y'all in the beginning, like somebody could literally be hiding like bodies or something that they have really like done wrong. Someone has abused something, okay, taken advantage of something, and that is what the sacrifice card really, again, speaks out to me. In a contract would be, spell work. And I know we've been talking about that for the last couple of readings. And again, not to get all woo woo wah, because a lot of people think it's like super magical when I talk about that stuff. But again, this could be people praying against you and wishing bad, hoping that things don't work out, that you don't move forward, that you don't get what you are setting out for, and trying to manipulate and control it. And I think the best way that I can give this example is like my dad is super religious, like heavily religious. So I grew up Christian, right? My dad used to be a pastor, and then he was pretty high up in the church. And he is like, he prophesizes, right? He's a dreamer. So he dreams and he sees things. So I grew up around that my whole life. And as I got older, I started to realize that my dad used it to manipulate people. There, like, half of it was the truth, and then the other half was just him, like, using that as a way to like manipulate people. And what I mean is, like, one day he came out the closet and he was like talking to my sister, and he was like, God was telling me you should not move there. And my sister was like, what? And I was like, what? Like, so God came to you and told you, what was better for someone else, instead of like God speaking to that person or letting that person see it. Like, but that was really him saying like, this is what I want you to do. But I'm going to tell you in the sense of like, making it seem as though it's not me, it's something, higher than, it's manipulation. Okay. And that's what this emperor's coming off of. And that's why, oddly enough, I said my father, but that is like, the emperor would be like a father type energy. This is more obviously a masculine, but a very dominant, like authoritative type of person who wants things their way. Okay. It does not have to be a man. It does not have to be your father. Okay. This is just someone who comes off in a very protective sense, but is also jealous. Okay. So you have to more so tie those traits than think of a specific gender or person. Okay. But contract and sacrifice come up. And with that, the Six of Cups and the Three of Cups. So the Six of Cups is the past. Like I told you guys, these people or this person is stuck in the past heavily. Okay. Now, with the Six of Cups is someone reappearing, coming back, trying to offer something that you may have wanted or desired way back when. Okay. Or something that would have worked when you were younger minded. Okay, I know the illustration gives off a kid, but that's what I was trying to say in the beginning. Like, you have to be in this place. Well, I don't know if I said it in this one because I stopped and re-recorded, but I was saying at the beginning of one of these clips with me trying to record the session, was you have to be in this place of like accepting and acknowledging who you were at every stage of life, so that you can see your worth and value and growth within that. I used to be a person who was heavy and hard on myself for the choices or mistakes or failures of my past, and it was just like I honestly, truthfully didn't know any better at the time. And again, you have to go through that shit in order to see the value within now. So like I gave the example about my relationship, my marriage, like it's valuable as hell to me because I've been through the worst of the worst. I've been through shitty. I've been through people not being of balance, of wanting to authentically choose to go through life with me and show up and do what it takes, right? But with this type of energy, this person or these people want to play on what would have done it for you way back when, and you're not that person anymore. You've grown, and within them acknowledging that you've grown and that you're not going to settle or fall for the same old, that's where they end up getting stuck. Okay. But again, the Six of Cups is past energy trying to come back around and offer you something that because before the Six you got the Five, right? The Five of Cups is crying over spilled milk, and that was you. But you're not in that place anymore because you're in this Emperor energy of like 2020 vision. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm not gonna let anyone or anything get in the way of that. Okay, and this person, no, they ain't nothing but a distraction because they didn't try to stop you from getting where you are. So again, you just got to be mindful of people who are trying to come in and gain some sort of control or power because they're just trying to stop you one more time. Like they're trying to give it that one little last go. No. Okay. Quite frankly, I'm just over it. I'm over it. But we always got to be mindful of what's going on. So again, before the Six of Cups is the Five of Cups, and you was crying over spilled milk until you realized, oh shit, I still got 2 cups standing behind me in the back. And you took your cup and you went on off and you became a wanderer and an adventurer, and now you're finding what fills that cup and realizing that it's not the people and the things that caused you the disappointment in the past. Okay, well now the past is realizing like, dang, there was a lot of value and fruit within what I was being given from you. So how can I give you back what you were asking for to begin with? It's too late. Now you demand more. Now you deserve more. Right? Like like, yeah, back when I knew you, like, I was asking you to be loyal and faithful, okay? But now that you know me, or getting to know me now, I want you to be loyal and faithful and to have never taken me for granted in the first place. And then that marks you on out because you didn't took me for granted. So you coming back and trying to be loyal and faithful now, it ain't gonna work because you don't fit within that checklist anymore. Right? And some people are not gonna like the fact that I say checklist. But if you want to make a level, like surface level type of checklist where you're like, oh, they gotta look like this and be like this, and no, you're supposed to be specific about what you want. I want somebody that's loyal and faithful and believes in me and sees my value the first time. And you should too. And if these people took advantage of that and didn't see it before, they don't deserve no spot up in where you are and where you're headed. Even if you can't see where you're going and what you're deserving of yet, I'm going to tell you right now, it's far beyond any of this bullshit that you have dealt with, put up with, and experienced. I don't care what they come back offering. It's still some bullshit, okay? Play with me all you want. I can read these cards upside down, inside out, okay? They can try and hide something in the background, but it's bullshit, y'all. The Three of Cups is about blocking. It's a third-party situation. It's trying to block you from making more sense of yourself, of what you're meant to be doing and living and being. I don't know how to phrase that completely, but there's still something that this person is trying to stop you from seeing about yourself. And maybe this goes back to session 5 where we were talking about, I had the yellow on with the ponytail. Okay, somebody asked me where I got my ponytail from, y'all. This is all my hair. Okay, the only time I ever would have weave in my hair is when I had those single braids like I did in the last session. Okay, this is all my hair. It's blow dried. It's a mess. Okay, so it's just back there. But outside of that, I just had to say it. Okay, but blocking it. Somebody's trying to block you, and that's just not. We're not allowing that anymore. Okay, they can stay in whatever they're in, but again, they have been watching you from the background because they're trying to figure out how to approach you and how to come and offer you something. So if you did not check out the last session 6, go watch that reading, because I had a gray long sleeve shirt on and my hair was down in braids. Go check that out, because that was about this person trying to find what your weaknesses may be, and they're trying to play on that and come back through that, but understanding that you are far beyond that now. Okay, so looking at the past energy here, we have move forward and we have analyze. Okay, now move forward would be you. Okay. Oh, well, if we're looking at it that way, then contract, like I said, you could be coming into something now, something pretty big, because of the damage that was done in the past with somebody trying to like manipulate or sacrifice your energy, or trying to, pray against you or whatever. There's something coming your way that this person tried to stop in the past. And again, they're going to try one little last thing to take it away, or I don't think they're able to stop it, but they're gonna try and like be a party pooper. Okay, I used to always give you guys the example of like a couple years ago, I bought like my first car on my own, and it was an Audi A4, and like my mother's really materialistic and she's really like competitive. So I remember when I got it, and I was like, I was excited to tell her, and show her. I'm like, I worked real hard for this and I'm happy, like I'm content. And then she started throwing out like all the shadiness, like, oh, are you sure you could pay for that if it breaks down? Like, you sure you can afford the car note? And da-da-da-da-da-da. And just something that simple at that time got me trapped in my mind of feeling like, what if I can't? And I was thinking far beyond like what I needed to for the payment. And it's just like, because I let her plant that seed in my head, it literally like changed my outlook and my perspective, and it made me not feel confident enough. And when you start to like give into insecurities or fears or things that you just should already know to not be true, that's when you start to give them life. That's when you start to give that power over you. And, my wife and I, we were talking about that today too. Again, about how like some like emotions like depression and things like that are just entities that are sent out, like suicide, like all of that is like entities that people put on people, like an entity that is sit to stick on you to make you stressed and depressed and worried and sick and all those things. We were talking about how a lot of people don't choose anything better for themselves, right? And then they stay stuck in the cycle, or they stay connected to the things and the people that's causing those feelings and those emotions, so they never see through the illusion. They just keep feeding into it, like, oh, I'm down, or I'm sick because of this, or I feel like a lot of people that have overcome sicknesses or, like cancer, is because of their faith and their belief and knowing that, like, I'm not going to give into what the doctors say, or, those people who are like, oh, you got 6 days to live, and then they end up living for another like 5 years, Now, this is also going to be in the sense of, I'm starting to go blank for some reason. Of just knowing to stand and stay rooted within your truth, and you will see through that illusion, or you will move through that illusion way more than okay? I guess that's what I was trying to say in the beginning, like, you would just have to like genuinely, authentically feel it within your spirit to trust and believe me when I say that you're not going to run back into the same closed doors that you ran into the first go round, because you learned the lesson. Like, your doors are open. Okay. So when I say that so that you move forward with a more like stability or more confidence to know that like it's gonna work out this time, one way or another. It's gonna work out this time, right? And you don't have to pretend, or you don't have to be, or you don't have to do anything that is not of you, and you don't have to take anyone that wants or expects anything else other than that from you. Okay? You don't have to take the past with you. You don't have to take, the failures. Like, you take the lessons around those things, but you don't have to take the heaviness anymore. And that's in this past energy. You're moving forward. And now that you're moving forward and you're out of that, it's like an energy tug, y'all. We have analyzed, okay? But where I was going with that is when I first like started getting into spirituality, it was learning that, I was on that whole like twin flame wave. And so it was getting to this point of learning that you have cords, like you're connected with people, and when you're focused on them, like they can feel that, and they feed into that. And a lot of people let that energy feed their ego. But the moment you cut that off and you stop focusing on that and giving that life, like, people feel it. And that's what I'm saying. That's where these people are. Like, they know that it's done. It's over. And they're over here like freaking out because they don't have that access. They don't have that privilege. They can't come in and out to you. So now they pulling out all their stocks. Now they over here trying to analyze, and that's what I've been saying. This person or these people, they've been in the background. I'm gonna say at least we're talking about 3 people here, but it could still be the 5, okay, that we've been talking about for the last couple sessions. But heavy, you at least have 3 people here that are trying to find their way back to you or in your energy, and it could be, again, trying to manipulate your mind or your thoughts or your memories, or messing with you telepathically, okay? But they've been watching you from the background in the past. They've been watching you move forward without them, right? So what I wrote was, again, yeah, like, you're freeing yourself, and now the burdens are falling on this person or these people, and it's affecting them in a way that they didn't even expect. I don't know. It's like somebody paying attention. Like, it's like, y'all know there's like your times that you just want to chill when you watch Netflix, so you don't want to watch nothing too heavy that you got to pay too close attention to. Like, you just kind of want something that you could have playing in the background or look up at occasionally. You know, you may be looking at your phone, but it's like that type of show or movie that is just like you ain't got to pay too close attention. Mainly like TV shows, right? I feel like that's kind of how this person or these people were with you. So like, they was nosy, they was watching, they were definitely looking in, but they wasn't paying attention. Okay, so like, they looked down for a second. Every time they look down, they look back up. It's like, damn, we missed a major part. Like, how did they go from this to this? Okay, so I don't know why this analogy is coming up, but that's what I feel like. This person, like, they've been watching you, but they ain't been paying enough attention to understand how things have been flowing the way that they have for you. And now they're trying to actually get in it to figure out like how they can manipulate it, because the way that they was trying to, it ain't working no more. And again, just like I said in the last session, if these people been like doing like dark magic and black magic and all that shit, this is them like having to pay for what they've been doing. Okay, and that's what I meant. Like, stuff is gonna start appearing. People gonna start looking like what they've been doing and what they are, and it's gonna show up in different ways for everybody. But like I said, they've been sitting back trying to figure out you, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, someone who really, to me, the Knight of Pentacles don't add no value. Like, yeah, it's that step up, but it still ain't shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. This person, they come back and they offer something because they've been watching and they think they know what is worthy of you, and they come back offering this knight. This ain't no king. What you gonna do with a knight? A knight of anything. The best knight that you could get is the Knight of Cups, because that would be a proposal. Somebody offering you something that's going to at least give you some sort of direction of where things are headed next. But don't be too fooled about a Knight of Cups either, because a proposal, an engagement can be called off. Okay, I'm telling y'all, don't ever get whoop-de-dee-dooed over no damn knight. Okay, you get blown off your feet by a queen or a king. And at this point, I still wouldn't settle for no king or no queen. Give me a fucking empress or emperor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of energy that needs to be met. What is this? At this point, what you thought was a step up, or what they think is a step up, is now bare minimum. Don't play with me. I told y'all. It's like this person was offering you McDonald's in the past, and you was okay with it. You was content. You wasn't complaining. You was settled for McDonald's. But now you've been shown the finer things in life, and you've been out wine and dining yourself. So coming back and trying to offer me what? What's a step up from McDonald's? Chick-fil-A? Okay, I ain't hating no Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the bomb. Don't have it out here in Mexico, but do miss it. I mean, Chick-fil-A is good, but it ain't no ribeye steak. It ain't no filet mignon. It ain't no expensive vegan dinner. Okay, I had to include y'all, but the Queen of Wands, you're like, what? Right? Now, the Queen of Wands is where you don't play, okay? Queen of Wands is the mama bear to me. Like, you don't play. I don't play about mine, okay? From my child to my wife to what I built or what I'm building, my business, I don't play. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. Don't misunderstand it. Get it right and correct, okay? Or I'm gonna let you know, right? You might have to let them know. Well, they're gonna see. They're gonna learn. And that's what I'm saying. It's the audacity for me. The audacity to try to step forward and offer or communicate or try to connect on something that is like far beyond less than. But it's still past energy. And that's what I'm saying. This person is still who they were in the past. They have not grown. Whether the outside looks different or not, they have not grown. We know plenty of older people that still act like children, because mentally that's where their mind is. Mentally, this person's mindset with you is whoever you were the last time you was really given to this person or connected to this person. And the best way that I can give that is through like a parent example. It's like a parent not seeing you as like a grown adult, still seeing you in their mind at the last age that they could really like be of authority to you, right? I used to say, like, I feel like my parents still see me as like a 12-year-old, you know? No, I'm 30. But that's what I'm saying. This person is still stuck on like whatever version that like complimented who they wanted you to be. That's who they're sticking to. And they're like, nope, that's who it is. That's who it got to be. That's who it really is at the end of it. And then they're going to offer you something thinking that it's better than what they would have given you in the past or offered in the past. So you're just going to take it. And it's just like, no, you thought. And like I said, this card is still very magical. Somebody tried to take from you. And it was temporarily withheld. And the Knight of Pentacles is about detours too, like taking a longer route to something. So something has taken a while to get to you, and maybe it's your opportunity to let go of the past and the burdens and to move forward freely. But now that it's here, it's on and popping. And you in this Queen of Wands energy where you can't be stopped. Okay, so the present energy, the keywords, we have witchcraft. Y'all don't think I'm playing. Y'all don't sit there and say, yo, girl, you lying. Y'all know. Holes in your aura. Can't see that. Okay. Witchcraft and holes in your aura. Presently. Now, the cleanest, simplest way that I can relate that to reality, that's witchcraft and holes in your aura, is illusion, is fear, is insecurities, is you falling into a very small place where you don't feel good enough, valuable enough, or like you have what it takes to step up and, you know, go after, like exhaustion, feeling drained, tired, sleepless, restless, all of that. It's an illusion. It's witchcraft. It's manipulation, okay? We under Mercury retrograde, right? I think there's a new moon or something soon, or I don't know, okay? Not an astrologer, don't claim to be. Not all up in the mix like that. I just do what comes to me, and that's that. My life is really simple. But because I'm very blind, I can see it very clear. That's how it's going to appear. Oh, shit. Okay. Anyways. Just, yeah, realistically, y'all, this ain't no woo-woo. Okay? This is real life. Ooh. Okay? And this is going to appear, again, as insecurities, of fears, of you going into that little small spot with yourself, that little dark little place, that little cave where you feel safe and comfortable. And like, now we shining bright this year. We shining bright this season because this is your season, right? So don't give into, don't feed into the lies and the illusions, okay? Don't start second guessing yourself and what you're building and what you're doing, because that's as solid as like concrete. You got this. All right. So the cards with that, we have the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Swords. See, I don't make this shit up. What you want is right there. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is going to be the lies. It's going to be the illusion that is around you at this time that these people are doing. Fucking with your energy, manipulating your energy, taking advantage of you in some sort of way. It's to make you think that this is not here. It's not happening. It's here. Okay, y'all, this is, we talked about this, I believe, in session 5. Okay, the yellow shirt with the ponytail. I broke down time. I think that was that reading. Time is not back there. It's not up there. It's right now. It's here. What you want is not going to like come after you move forward. Okay, you ain't moving. You right here. You're attracting shit to you. Okay, it's coming to you. This is like right here. Okay, it's like right here. But this is like right up in here. Okay, matter of fact, it's like this. So you can't see it, right? But once you start telling yourself the truth, like my battery about to die. Okay, the veil starts to come off, right? And you know the truth because you back it up with facts. Okay, facts. You got to back it up with facts. So the best way that I can give this is seeing through illusions is like you're going to be triggered, right? So for example, I would say in the beginning of our relationship, my relationship with my wife, I think it was great to see like us going through the waves and the lessons of like seeing the truth of each other, right? And seeing how supportive we were of each other. But again, we ain't perfect, okay? I'm not sitting up here like we perfect and it's just jolly, like, no, okay? Sometimes we just, right? But that's my baby. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is we were triggered. We both triggered each other in the beginning, okay? Completely. But it came down to remembering like we're nothing like who we were dealing with in our past, right? So for example, I had a friend who was dating this guy, okay? This guy didn't know nothing about her past, didn't know nothing, but for some reason she kept reflecting on this dude like he was a cheater, okay? And he was like, he's sitting here like, well, what am, like, I'm proving everything to you that I'm not a cheater, but you keep having this mindset that like I'm talking to someone else, or you think that, I'm always checking out with someone else. And the issue that I saw with that, outside looking in, was that she was so stuck in this mindset of like being cheated on because that's all she was dealing with in the past. But where she failed in that relationship and ended up actually losing him was because she kept placing what other people did onto a person who wasn't even showing signs of being like that. Okay, so I brought up my wife and I because it got to a place of when we first got into our first argument, like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, okay? Blunt, clean cut, and I know some people can't take that, right? So when we got into our first argument, like, I said what I had to say, and I kind of said it with the intention of like, she ain't gonna want to deal with me no more. Like, she gonna be like, this bitch is crazy, point blank. Like, I ain't gotta put up with it. But she didn't, right? And so that is what showed me, like, you cannot sit here and you cannot like hold people accountable for things that they have not done to you. Like, you have to see the truth and always come back to the truth of who they are. So I don't know, that got twisted and turned for some reason, but I don't know, the cleanest way for me to explain it is like I gave the example with my ex-best friend and how she was with her boyfriend, or her ex-boyfriend now. But because she kept holding this like rain cloud over his head because of what past people did to her, it made him feel like I'm not about to keep putting energy and effort within this connection, because no matter what I do and show and prove to you, you're still going to like have that insecurity, right? Instead of acknowledging again who he was and how he was not, in any way being secretive or cheating or anything like that. It's just her insecurities got the best and she kept feeding into it. And we all know, once you go down the bad road and you continue to play on it until things reveal themselves, like, you're just walking yourself down like a dark road. So hopefully that kind of makes sense of where I was trying to go with this. Like, as far as you have to get in this place of balancing out the truth from the lies and the illusion. So if you are connecting with someone, or you're creating something, or you're trying to build something at this time, and it's making you feel like that's not it, or it's not going to work out, or it can't be what you thought it was, like, that's the lie and that's the illusion. And that's what you then have to back up with the truth. Like, is this person, are they showing signs of this? Have they been like this? Is this situation, you have to get realistic with things. And if they're not anything like them to be when it comes to whatever you're fearing, you have to let that go, because anything at this point in time is going to try to stop you from seeing that, like, you about to come into it. Okay. And so, like I said, the Seven of Swords could be some sort of communication too. Somebody's lying, period, point blank. Okay. Again, this person may try to fancy or finesse you or come off like they have something, but they don't have nothing. They don't have anything. Okay. Believe me, This person would not be falling at your feet or begging for your attention or your connection if they did. But because people getting served what they deserve, they're falling short in a lot of ways, and they want to come and bite off of you or mess up your shit. So in the future position, we have movement and misery. Okay, I talked about traveling, relocating, moving. That could be in a physical sense, or that could just be mentally or emotionally moving on. But with this person, we have misery. Okay, so that is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. It's a 10 and a 9. So 2 major arcana. So big life changes for everyone involved here. Okay, like I said, we cannot handicap people by continuing to allow them access to do and hurt and be what they have always done or been to us. Like it's time to close those doors and make people learn the lessons. And for me, that's something I used to like really preach heavily within like my love readings when I had private sessions. Is like when I was speaking to the women that didn't want to let go. You know, there's a lot of people that are afraid to let go of people that they know are not healthy for them. Like one girl, she was just saying like, I've put too much, like I've invested too much into him. Like I don't want another girl to just swoop in and get him. And it's like, girl, he done been in prison. He can't even get like a real job. Like he can't, you know, like not support you in a healthy sense. Like what are you really passing up? Like you could be passing up that prison bay for a business bay that is ready to set roots and a foundation within the next year or two and give you exactly what you want. But you don't want to let go of this one because of what? Because you invested what time and energy. It's not healthy, and it ain't never gonna change. Like it's seeing, I know I'm being like very brutal, but it's seeing the truth of it and like making that shit make sense. Like your pros and your cons list is a real thing. Okay, and it's time to weigh it up. And again, a lot of these people and these things that are trying to come back around, not worth it. You done moved on from them, you done got yourself away from it, and that's where it needs to be. And I think I said that in one of these other readings, like you've been praying to get where you are now. Like don't go back, don't allow these things that God saved you and got you away from back into your life, because it's just going to bring you misery, and then it's going to stop your movement. And again, in Patreon this week, we talked about that. Moving forward, the moment you do something that is not like of your highest good, you're going to know. You're going to know almost immediately, because it's going to show up in your reality. Like, y'all, times is not playing no more. Energy is real. This stuff is about to surface. So the Wheel of Fortune is, again, something closing out. It's karma. And I feel like you got some money coming into you, or you got something of high value coming your way. And those who've been ducked off, they want to come back in. And this is your time to be selfish and selective of who is deserving of your energy or your time. The Hermit is about going within and finding the answers within yourself and not outside of yourself. Right? This person has no other choice, or these people have no other choice but to go within now, because they can't keep like coming in and using you. And again, it's that feed off of energy, like someone just needing their ego stroked, and we're not doing that no more. Like I'm not gonna sit here and keep making you feel like you're a good person when you're a shitty person who like is willing to screw everyone over for their own benefit. Like you can literally get everything that you want in this life without like fucking people over, especially good people, you know? And it's just like some people, they don't roll that way. They don't navigate that way. They don't see it. They always on survival mode. They're always on like selfish me mode, like take, like gluttony. All right. So the Oracle is interesting. Okay. I'm trying to see what the image of it is, but it looks like a lot of hands. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, so let's see Thanatos, I believe that's how you say that, okay? Do not come for me if I said that wrong. Y'all act like that's like a general word. It's not in my vocabulary, okay? So you get what I mean. Now, looking for this card. Oh. Apparently can't do that either. Okay, getting to it. Y'all, I'm not finding it. Oh, there it is. Oh God, it says death. No wonder. We're just gonna stick with that, okay? It is tempting to overly simplify death and sum it up as a transformation, but the true archetype resonance of death cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an internal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the end of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. Whew, that one's strong. We are forever changed by death as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced death can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies initiation into the initiation, Kayla. Initiation into the underworld. Okay, sounds all creepy and weird and like woo woo woo. But to sum it all up, this is the closing out. Okay, closing out of a cycle, of a phase, and understanding the impact of it all. Okay, this person, these people who gonna realize that they can't roll up in your energy and be all up in your life and have access to you like they used to, it's gonna hit, it's gonna hurt, and they gonna feel it. Okay, don't go saving ass. That's what they deserve, because again, where were they when you was feeling the effects of what they was doing to you? Living, right? And again, that's not an eye for an eye, and it ain't playing victim either. Okay, it's understanding that if you give somebody the opportunity to do you right and show you, that they value you, and they take advantage of that and they misplace that and mistreat that, you don't owe that person anything. You don't owe that person anything. Right? And that's what some people kind of came for me in the last message. Like, I'm never gonna sit here and play victim, but you gotta understand that like people are victims, and there are people out there that's trying to hurt other people and do fucked up shit to them. And when they decide to communicate, express it, and call it out, does not mean that they were playing victim. They just simply speaking the truth. And that's what I'm gonna always do on my channel in my way. And again, the people who don't like that and it makes them feel a certain way are probably the people who are fucking over good people and then feel like they are deserving of access and coming in and out and not having to apologize or do right or respect people's boundaries. Like, no, you have to take accountability. And if you're not in a place of doing so, you ain't got no space up around here. Right? So this says there are those with a great gift for navigating death energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. Okay, so when you think about the emergency room or hospitals or a hospice center or anything alike that, those are people who are caregivers, like they're caretakers, they look after people. And whether they know those people or they don't, they tend to those people until their death or until they are healthy, right? That's who you are to so many people. And now that they're not getting that life force from you, they're going to feel the effects of that, right? And the best way that I can give is like, these people are on life support and they need you. And you gonna pull that plug and it's not going to kill them, but they gonna have to work. They gonna have to put in the energy and effort to keep themselves afloat, because they have been like using everyone else and everything else to like not see the truth of themselves. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, I know it can get all nasty and ugly and people doing fucked up shit and all that and this, but that's because these people are lost and they don't know themselves. And they're going to keep getting knocked down and shit's going to keep getting harder and even more fucked up until they start to see the damage that they've done and that they're doing by choosing something that is not of their highest good, something that is not, you know, showing them anything positive or healthy or of value. When people continue to run from themselves, that's what they're going to keep running into. Bullshit. Things that have no value. Things that happen, start, begin, and end. Okay? So, it says facing death leads us to the truth. When in light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is, that's you. You're seeing this shit exactly for what it is. And though it may hurt to accept it or really like process the fact that this is no more, that door is closed, and it's because it's your own choice this time. Again, that's something that sits with us, that makes us feel a certain kind of way. And I really wish that I could like read this comment that I got on, I don't know, a video or two ago. But someone had commented about how my channel ignites pain in them, or like it brings up a pain in them, but that pain helps them to like release and heal. And that's all that I aspire to do. Like, I aspire to speak the truth and tell the truth in any way that may be, and that may hurt people, and that may trigger people, and that may make them feel a certain way, but at the end of the day, you won't always remember that I told you some real shit, right? Whether you liked it or not. And I do it, and I do it in the way that I do it, so that it does inflict some sort of change, because life is about growth, and you cannot continue to ignore the truth and think that like your life is going to be something of value and something healthy. Like, you have to build that on something real. I give the example of a foundation all the time. Like, that's like God giving you a bunch of land and saying, hey, you can build this, you can build your home however you want to, right? You have all the resources, you have all the money that you need to. I would hope you wouldn't be on survival mode and still build out of the cheapest things that you could find, right? I would hope that you would see the worth and value within yourself to know that you deserve the best of the best. You know, if you want those wooden floors, if you want that carpet, if you want those marble, you know, countertops, if you want your house made out of brick or whatever the hell people be making shit down, what it comes down to is the foundation. What is your foundation standing on? Because you can build the prettiest house that you want to. But if that foundation is shaky and wobbly, all that shit can come crumbling down. And that's what these people are learning. That it can look a certain way, it can be a certain way, and then that's not really what it is at all. And time will only tell. And that's what I'm saying. Back then, you thought that these people were all that in a bag of Doritos, and now you're realizing half of that bag was a lie, because just like we can go out in the stores now and realize that them big old bags of chips only got about half of the chips in the bag. So it looked better than it actually is. So this is a death for you, because it's a transformation that's taking you to the next step and the next level in life, but it's in a more free way. Whereas like this heavy energy is now being casted on who deserved to have it to begin with. All right. So if you guys want to check out more, head on over to Patreon. If you guys would like to book a private reading, check out evolvingintomore.com. I'm going to close out today's session. Again, thank you for chilling with me, flowing with me, and finding out these messages. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.